Yeah, all right. Hey everyone, I'm Sebastian, and welcome to Atmoseeker, your place for creating an inspiring atmosphere for your tabletop role-playing games. Oh, it is Monday night. We are live every Monday night for me down in the down underverse of Australia. But yeah, we've got some fun things we're playing. It's a little bit different. We'll take a little break from the Cyber City. We've got a little bit of terrain to layer up with. We've got yeah, I've got a little bit of like just some ruins here from Terrainify, some printable scenery stuff, a little bit of Hero Quest minis in there and stuff thrown in for good measure. But mostly we're just here to kind of like have a look at how we're going to set up some of the virtual backgrounds for some of this stuff. Yeah, I do quite a bit for like photography or a live stream kind of setup. So we want to have like the different types of backgrounds and stuff kind of like change up and swap out and change with the lighting and stuff. So we're going to have a look at the backgrounds in particular. Now, I am going to use a lot of the overlays from Kinemancr in tonight's stream, but there are a lot of stuff that you can probably work into with the general kind of like videos and stuff with the method I'm going to kind of show tonight. I see we've got some folks in the chat as well. Good morning, good morning to a lot of our American viewers. I can see we've got Dauntus in the chat. Theos Primus, good to see you folks. Good morning, evening. Yeah, it's definitely evening for me. You're late at night. What is it? It's 10:30. I should know when I'm going live. Yeah, but good to see you. Nice and icy cold here in the dungeon, ready to go. At the top of the stream, I wanted to say a huge, amazing thank you to my fantastic supporters on Patreon. You guys have been a fantastic support, especially in this time where I've got a little bit dicey in life at the moment. But yeah, we're making some stuff behind the scenes and stuff. Okay, so this is the second chapter of Atmoseeker that we're kind of working on. I haven't announced anything yet, but hopefully I'll be able to post some stuff soon or what I've been working on. Yeah, we're getting like little bits of goodies and stuff in the Patreon, dropping here and there of little printables and stuff like that. Help keep folks busy. With that, I want to say a special thank you to all my supporters on Patreon, with a special shout out to my Seeker level patrons: A Light in the Darkness, Blake Darley, Chris Andrus, Constructed Chaos, Devante, Dr. Justin L. Hamrick, John A. Johnson, Mad Bishop, Mini Wargaming, and Theos Primus. Thanks, folks, for all your continued support, and to all my patrons as well, and to all the subscribers and people who've been watching the channels and leaving comments and stuff. Huge thank you, and yeah, welcome to my little corner of the internet. Let's get stuck into it. Now, we got a little bit of a weird kind of like setup tonight. My overhead cam is kind of like just pointed down at like a monitor and stuff. I've got that in the way just so I can show off kind of stuff that I'm like setting up on the Stream Deck as well. And then we're going to have the terrain kind of set up here. You guys are kind of viewing it from this perspective here. Let me know if anything kind of like becomes a little bit kind of hard to see and stuff, or if anything gets too technical. But basically, the idea is that I haven't set up a lot of the stuff for this kind of setup on this machine before, so it's a blank slate. So we're gonna take it from start to finish, and for like the goal is that we're gonna have a couple of buttons that will change some settings for the backgrounds in a pretty easy way. Now, there are different ways you can do this. This is just the method I've been using lately, which has been using a lot of the stuff in OBS. OBS, if you don't know, it is basically your open broadcasting software, which is free to download, and basically a lot of folks use it for live streaming. I'm live streaming this thing right now with OBS, and it's great for kind of like collating a whole lot of like media sources and cameras and stuff into like a one kind of like output feed. So it's great if you're like a live streamer, but you can also use it in kind of like a more of a local setting if you want to have like different like videos and stuff output to like a particular screen or something. That can be good as well. All right, yeah, like just a little, let's just get a little kind of like established what we've got here. So at the moment, I've got just a little bit of terrain set up in front of just a 32-inch monitor. This is one of the cheapest monitors I could find. Basically, it's like whatever was on sale. This one's only high definition, so it's just, you're pretty cheap. There's no sound system in it or anything. I got it for like heavily discounted. I think it was only like like $100 Australian, maybe 150 or something like that. And it's great. It's on this like stand and stuff, and I've got a pair of them, and I could use them to kind of get behind on some things. But you like typically, probably for like depending on what the board is or what kind of photography I'm doing, I might go to a big like projector and stuff. So this kind of like method will be compatible with that. But you can have it on like big TVs, and you have like multiple monitors and stuff. You can tell things to go to particular types of monitors and stuff. Welcome to it, folks. We've got in the chat. I also see we've got Dakamui in the chat, Theos Primus. Where's the Rancor go? I changed him out. I could put the Rancor back in. All right. Just because I put it back, I wasn't sure if he was themed quite well for what we were doing here. But I do like the Rancor. I do like the Rancor quite a bit. Oh yeah, we'll put it back. We'll put him back. I like this guy. I want to print a bigger version of this guy, I reckon. Because, yeah, he's yeah, we'll take the little ghost guy out. Alright. You're right. I should, should definitely stay true to the thumbnail as much as I can. Thanks for keeping me honest. Alright. We'll get into it. All right, so we're just gonna tinker away here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open OBS Studio. So I've closed a lot of the unnecessary windows for now. Basically, I've got a whole bunch of like images and sources and stuff. We'll start with just like a basic image for now. So let's see. I'll just go to my Atmos deck. Here, I've just got like a library of some of these images. Now, these images in particular, these ones are from Kinemancer's own website. He has some pre-made. I believe they're like AI generated or something. But you could use any kind of, if you had like art from a particular like artist of like concepts or anything, or just stills from a movie or something. You can use whatever you like. So I'm just going to use something moody. These are all from the temperate region pack that he had put together. I'm not 100% sure if they're AI generated or photographizing. Let's have a look if I can find something that was pretty thin. I actually had something earlier. This one, this dead forest. This looks good. I'm just going to click and I'm going to just drag that into OBS. You can see it's already it's popped in there into like this main kind of like area that we've got for the previewing the images and videos and stuff. But if you want to make it like fill the screen, you just go Control F on the keyboard. That'll fit it to where it is. Or if you kind of like have been playing around with it, rotating it around, or getting it into like different spots and stuff, you just push Control R on the keyboard. That'll reset the transforms on that guy. Or whatever. So we'll get that in there. So now that we've got an image in this thing, it should be pretty straightforward to get it on like this monitor. So on one monitor, which I've got from this overhead, that's where I'm kind of using to kind of run this kind of thing. That's probably where I would have like this behind the DM screen, just so I can see kind of what's going on. This kind of gives me a good preview of what is the kind of setup. But I can also get this particular scene to output onto an individual type of monitor or something. So if I go, like for instance, we've got like the scene here. This is the default scene that we're using to kind of collate a lot of these elements. So I'm just gonna like right click on that guy, and if you go to like open scene projector, so basically that is just going to show all the different types of video sources that you'd have plugged in. So it could be your projectors, your monitors, or you could open it into an individual window as well. But I'm going to check the monitor that I've got. So now we can see it's popped it up on that monitor. Yeah, so that's a good way if you want to have individual video sources go out onto different types of, like, say if I wanted to have one of the sources go onto like a projector and we want to have another one go onto a screen. You can have different ones go to different devices. And because they're all elements in OBS, you can control them individually with the Stream Deck, which we'll show later. We'll show later how it kind of like hooks up. See, we got Simon Barnes here. You making a vivarium this episode? I don't know what that is. Is this an AI-friendly place? I'm quite tired of being berated anytime internet is a topic. I think AI has a place. I have mixed feelings on AI. I think as long as it's like not damaging to artists and stuff, because like I work as an animator, artist, illustrator, and stuff myself, and you know, it's when it's stuff that's like taking stuff away from folks. I think that's kind of in the bad bloods, I guess. But if you're like just like, I need this specific image for my home DM game that nobody, it's not like released to the public or anything. This is for my dumb friends. You know, it's like I don't feel like that's hurting anyone. But I don't know. We're getting kind of like off tangent here. But I think there's a place to use it and there's a place not to use it. You know, like if you were publishing a book of like art and stuff, it's like, yeah, obviously that's bad. You know, and artists aren't getting like. I wish that AI kind of worked in a way that whatever kind of like generation engine was like creating the stuff, if it would subsidize the artists that it kind of like pulled that kind of like data from, I feel like that would be a good way to do it. That way people will kind of like, it used some of my art to generate this different kind of image, and I get a little bit of a commission from this kind of thing. I feel like the whole AI thing is just like in a weird Wild West kind of thing at the moment, and there's no lot of rules and stuff. I don't like people getting ripped off and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I'm probably like on the fence. I'm like what do you call it? Switzerland. Is Switzerland still neutral on things? I don't know. Anyway, a bit of a tangent. Yeah, no, I use it as a tool for some things. Yeah, definitely. Anyway, back to this. So we got video footage. So this is a live feed now coming from this program that we've got here. So if I like grab this image with like the mouse, let's see, we grab it and we start moving it around and stuff. We'll see it happen on this guy. We can like take complete control. So that is just like one-to-one. It's grabbing the feed from that scene, which is good. So that's what's going to get like that direct control over a particular video device, which is that monitor at this time. So let's see, we're going to fit that back to there. And now like the fun part, so it is basically casting, like if you're familiar with like casting, like, you know, if you've got like your phone and like, I'm going to cast YouTube off to my like smart device and stuff. I guess it's only because it's like, this is all like HDMI sources and stuff. So this is all like directly connected stuff. I'm not sure how it would work if you wanted to like directly cast it. Anyway, now that we've got this particular scene outputting this feed, we can start to like add some like animated effects onto the top. So I'm gonna just have a look at what we've got. Let's see if I'm gonna just go to scroll it down. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to my overlays here. So I have downloaded a whole bunch of overlays from Kinomancer. He does a great job of making a good variety of stuff. I'm gonna go to the horror ones. Horror's good. Yeah, this one's good. I'm gonna grab some bats. This is gonna be some animated bats. I'm gonna just drag that into my scene. You can see we got them flying around. First thing, like, I haven't worked this out, but usually by default, when you drag in like a media source, like a video source, it only plays once and disappears. So the way to kind of get around that is you've got to right click on one of these guys. We got to get the properties of it. So you can right click on it, and there should be just like a loop button there. So you click that, hit OK. So now it should be looping. There is some stuff you can do to make stuff a little bit fancy, but for the most part now, if we switch back to here, we'll see that source kind of happening in there. So we got some cool bats flying around. If it's too big, like you could use like a smaller monitor, or we could rescale some of the elements. So let's see if we could bring it down. And we could probably like, if we had like a mask on this, we could get like feather some of the edges. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to create like a special image for it. We're not going to worry about that in this one, but it can be done. So if you want to like feather the edges, so that it's like, that's obvious. If you're scaling it down so you don't get those like hard, crispy edges on things, that's fine. But we'll leave it big for now. So now if you see there's like a little eyeball next to it, next onto the click, so we can turn it off and on. If you want to get a little bit fancy, you can do something where we get, see, like we go to like the elements down here. If we right click on it, and you can set the show transition here. So I'm going to show, and we're going to set this to fade. Yeah, fade. We'll set it to fade, and we'll do the hide transition as well. So hide transition, fade as well. So now if we hide this, it fades off and fades on. So if we go back to this guy, yeah, see, that's nice. So you could have individual elements that you put over it and turn it off and on, you know, as you're kind of like working on things. So, all right, well, let's catch up on the chat here a little bit. Okay, we're talking about AI a bit. I'm firmly on the bench, on the fence, on the offensive thing. Vivarium is like a fish tank for animals, mini ecosystem. Oh, okay. John A. Johnson, good to see you in the chat. Atmos Squad is assembled by the looks of things. Yeah, we are just starting to set up this video background here. So we've got our bats. We've got our bats going in our little spooky forest. But yeah, we can amp this up a lot more. This is like we're gonna have a look at some extra video elements that Kinemancer has put together as well. Some really cool ones, especially for the new horror pack that he had put together. I believe the intention is to use it mostly with your kind of like if you were running like in Foundry or something like that, and you wanted to have elements animating for particular types of scenes, which are quite good. But in the meantime, let's have a look if we can add something fun to this. So now we're going to add a little bit of the Stream Deck controller here, right? So if you're not familiar with the Stream Deck controller, this is kind of like my bread and butter, what I use for a lot of the like lighting controllers and controlling the live stream that we're doing here, or for little visuals like this if we want to turn them off and on. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a little button that is going to do a few things. For this instance though, I think we're going to just do a little source control for it. So I'm going to open up the little program that comes with the Stream Deck here. I think we got one of the buttons. I'm going to add, oh man, it is, I feel like I've lost the top here a bit. Here we go. That'll do it. There we go, that's a bit better. Oh wait, I gotta make this a little thinner. Bear with me, folks. Okay, got it. It's not my usual setup here. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna click that. I'm gonna search in here. So this is not using some fancy plugins or anything like that. So I'm gonna search OBS, and if you scroll down, there should be one called Source Visibility. So things in OBS, like there's those images, or in like the media sources and stuff. Those are all sources that can be activated and deactivated. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can trigger and turn off and turn on in the Stream Deck. But this one in particular, we're going to use the source visibility. So it should. Oh my god, it's not quite fitting on my screen here. I'm gonna move this over to my other monitor here. I'm gonna have a look over here. That is not good. That's not good. Why is it so big on this monitor? Maybe if I go halfway. I don't know. It's not quite fitting for me. That's not good. That's not good. All right, I'm gonna call this one Bats. I'm just gonna name it Bats. And so you'll have a couple of pull downs down here, which will be whatever scene is active in OBS at the moment. And then you should be able to see a bunch of the sources that are there. So I'm gonna select my Bats, right? So now that button is on this guy. So if I push that button, we'll have a live kind of thing about like, yeah, our bats. We're gonna turn on the bats, we're gonna turn off the bats. That's what we can do. And we can have, so that's just a different way of like, if we wanted to change that element or have other elements, we could have like a multi-action. So like, all right, let's amp this up a bit. So if we're gonna add something to this, or we could create a different scene if we wanted to. Stream Deck has lost all branding to Steam Deck. Oh. All right, I'm gonna make this scene a little bit better. I think we're gonna add something. We've got some more kind of horror scenes. I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna add a little flame torch in there. All right, so we got a little flame torch moving around. So now we're gonna slide it there. See, it's a bit big. So yeah, I guess it depends on like the monitor. Oh, we're gonna turn on our loop in there. So if we've got a smaller monitor, or if we want to like resize the element, I guess yeah, I would need to like. See, there's a bit of a haze there to it. We might be able to create a quick mask or something, right? Surely. Can we do that? Can we make a quick mask? I would like to do that. Oh, I don't have the software on this one to create something. That's a shame. But we could make a little mask around the edges of it if we wanted to kind of like isolate that particular element. That's okay. We'll leave it for now. But you can add little elements like that. Let's see what other elements we could add to this thing. There was some like cool like fog stuff. We've got ghosts. What is this? What is this? Invocation purple. Oh, it's cool. I'm gonna drag that in. Holy Christmas! What is going on? Some kind of like. No, that's I like it, but we're gonna go something else. I want just like a yeah, see, spider lair, slime. Yeah, there's loads of overlays. There's huge. There's weather. Actually, let's do something. Let's do weather. I think weather will be a cool idea. See if I can find some rain or something. Rain and thunder. That'd be good. Bring that in. And we're gonna have to make that loop. I just wish you could have it set to default. That is gonna loop. I see it's quite big. So these ones must be 4K. That's why it's a bit bigger. That one's very subtle. I wonder if we can find one that has a bit more rain in there. Actually, you know what? I want to show you something else. So, no, I'm okay. I was just, had a sudden thought. I don't think I have that element at the moment. Let's see. We got Rain and Thunder Plus. That's what we want. We want more Rain and Thunder. There we go. That's coming through nice and thick now. Okay, what have we got going here? So if we switch to the side one now. Yeah, see, now all of a sudden with like this background element to things really kind of add some like weather to it. And there's nothing actually like happening on the board, but with like those animated virtual backgrounds, creates that kind of effect. Like let's add a little bit of fog to this. I feel like I'm gonna get a little bit of fog going. I'm just gonna quickly add something here. I wanna get some of that vibe going of our little spooky ruins. I don't have a proper fog system set up right now, so I'm just gonna use one of these little guys. Yeah, see, that looks sweet. Can you do blending modes between the source layer? That is, how do you know how to do this? Well, yeah, I've been doing the live stuff. You can do blending modes actually. Let me see if I've got the video element I'm thinking of. So you could just like capture little bits. Like I've got a playlist on the channel that has a whole bunch of like YouTube videos and stuff. So if you were able to like you know, grab those in some way, you could possibly get like a video. Let's see what I've got. I've got some stuff. I think I had like a stormy background or something. It was just like a stormy video. Let's see, let's go. Village, we've got weather. Here we go, weather, thunderstorm. Now this one's just a video. So at the moment it is just that, which is just a video. But you can, so if I right click on that element, you can set the blending mode of that one. So I set that to add. And you see it goes over the top of what like any kind of like image we'd have there. You can also like change the opacity and stuff like that. So if we right click and we added a filter, I want to add a filter. How do we go? Filters down the bottom. Oh my god, this monitor this monitor is not big enough. I can't quite get the elements, but yeah, we can add a filter. We're going to add color correction here. Yep. And yeah, even with the color correction filter, we can get we can change the color. We can change the color of the lightning. Which is good. We can make it green lightning. Let's make it green. We can also change the contrast and stuff. All like the elements. So if we wanted to really just like pick out the high areas, so if we did like this, just made it super contrasty. See, now we can see like in that background element, you lose a lot of that fog and stuff. The cool thing about the actions that we can do on the Stream Deck as well, you can actually turn off and on filters. So if we went to this one, the Stream Deck one, there should be a multi-action, or let's see if we can go to, there should be a filter action on OBS. If we go OBS, if we go filter, I'm just going to sort by filter. Here we go, OBS Studio filter. Just drag it onto one of my buttons, and we select the source, which is going to be that thunderstorm. We've got that color correction. So now we can turn off and on that filter. So now we've got it, tending it to blue and stuff and making it high contrast, but we can also turn it off as well. So you can start to see with a lot of those like elements, we've got like, we can control filters, we control the like, what elements we can turn off and on as well. And you could set like individual scenes, right? Like, so you could, sorry, that's just like in my eye. You can also have individual scenes go onto different monitors. Now, I don't have a lot of different monitors hooked up right now, but if we had, say, another scene set up, let's see, if we go to overlay here, we just hit the plus to kind of create another scene. I'm just going to call it scene 2. So scene is basically just like a blank canvas. So now we have different scenes that we can switch toward between. Now you can switch between these different scenes on the Stream Deck as well. So that's a good way to kind of like group things together. If things are like, oh, I've got so many like files in here, I want to turn things off and on. It's like, well, if you want to set up a scene that just had like that particular image and you wanted to have like particular elements and stuff, you could just set individual scenes up like that. If that's another thing as well, like if you were like, oh, I have like a potato of a computer, I'm not going to be able to run like 10 different overlays at the same time in different scenes. You can also like record this footage of here and output it as a video file. I believe if we get the controls dock back, yeah, so you can start recording this and it'll output it into a video format. So if you had something like put together that you reckon, oh, I'm going to use this in a few different instances of different projectors and stuff, you can just output whatever you're seeing here for like a video. So I guess it'd be hard to work out if it would loop and stuff. So you would have to record in a particular way. There is ways that you could do it to kind of edit, make sure it goes into a loop. But let's see, just turn that off again. But yeah, so now you can have these different elements. You turn off and on filters. You turn the bats on. You can have those on at the same time. So you can start to see what you can start to put together, especially if you can output these out into like different monitors, different projectors, different filters. You can have different things turn on and off, especially if you start dabbling in like multi-actions. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. We get like the multi-actions going on the Stream Deck as well. Like, yeah, let's see. So if you're not familiar with multi-actions, let's just turn these off. Get the chaos less there. So if you're not familiar with multi-actions, basically it's like a macro you can set up super easy. Let's see if I can find my Stream Deck software again. Where'd it go? There it is. So if you wanted to have it like turn on and off things and add like create like turn on like sound effects, or turn things on or change lights and stuff, you can have that all in like a macro button that is super easy to kind of like set up as well. So you can have, so let's see, we're going to find a multi-action here. I'll just pop that in there. And it's basically, you can find whatever kind of like filters, and so if we go like source, yeah, we've got our OBS source. Not everything is going to be available in this like multi-action list, but most things will be. That's for the most part. There we go. Yeah, so we've got source visibility there. So I can go it like the whole thing of show the scene. Oh man, it is barely over there. There we go. Oh no. Okay, note to self. When I'm doing this next time, I might have it in like a portrait orientation or something. All right, there we go. Source. We're going to turn. So at the moment, it's set to show the source. You can have it hide the source as well, because we had that show and hide transition as well. So when it goes through those actions in the multi-action, it'll make that. It will play those kind of like transitions as well, which is pretty cool. Is multi-action what you use to trigger the video and DMX lights together? Yes, Yes. So what I'm using to control some of the lights in here, you might have some stuff for like Philips Hue smart lights or the DMX stuff, which I'm controlling with, let's see, if I go here, you'll see I've got the Q light controller set up. So if I wanted to kind of like fire off some lighting scenes, so what have I got here? Okay, I've got some buttons hooked up. I'm not sure if they're all kind of like hooked up with the. I do have. Oh, that one's 7. I don't know. Maybe I've got stuff hooked up to be able to do that. I'm not 100% sure. We could try it. But yeah, basically you'd be able to fire off the QLC scenes as well in the multi-action. Like if we had like do we have the MIDI filter in there? MIDI. Yeah, see, we've got the MIDI note. If you're unsure about how to kind of like set up the MIDI DMX interface kind of thing, there is a video on the channel that shows how to do it as well. So I'm not going to go into full detail of that, but there is a video if you want to see how to hook up DMX to communicate with the Stream Deck. It's actually pretty easy to do, and there's a few plugins that you have to kind of install, but once you kind of get it running, it makes it a lot easier for kind of hooking up a lot of these things. Let's see, we've got the source visibility, we can control like DMX lighting, we can add, like, what do we got? Sounds, we could play audio, you know, and then you can, let's see if we want to have it loop, right? Loop stop, play, well, play, loop, we could, yeah. So you can add all that you want, really, so that when that button is pushed, it's going to do all of that stuff in that chain. So if you're running the game, it just like makes it like one less thing that you have to kind of like think about for like, oh, I'm going to like change the music. I've got some lights and stuff that I set up to do this thing, especially with like the videos and the backgrounds and stuff. So if it's all kind of like hooked up and plugged in, ready to go, yeah, you can get going on quite a few things. Once you move to DMX, you have so many options open up. I'm nervous to do it. Do it, man. Honestly, like, because I've got a few of the things. I've got the hue lights. I've tried lots of things. And I think there are some things about DMX which are great, and there are some things which are scary about it. But really, like, I think probably the hardest one is going to be animations. Like, if you want to tie up, like, one thing I really wanted to work out was basically how do I tie in like sound waves to kind of like control DMX stuff. I still haven't worked that out. I don't know exactly how to do it. But what I do like is that once you kind of create a few like basic animations, you get an idea of like how it all kind of works. But yeah, if you want to like run through like a DMX lighting thing next stream, yeah, let me know, and I'm happy to kind of do that next stream. But yeah, I like it because it gives you a lot of that finesse, a lot of that control to kind of go directly. Whereas like the smart stuff, you kind of like, oh, I have to rely on the lag of like the Wi-Fi and stuff. You're kind of limited to the types of animations that they preset and have. Like Hue's not too bad. Like they've got like a good library of stuff. It's still limited though, but you can get things that you want. But it's nothing better than having like that stage lighting just like fade up. It just makes the production value feels real nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the DMX stuff. Yeah, most of the stuff in here is DMX, or when I'm sitting in. Like you can see like this pulsing kind of happening here. You can have like little subtle stuff like that. Yeah, I'm probably rocking more like a hybrid type thing here. Mostly scared of going crazy with it. Yeah, I think just get one light and try it and see if you like it. You can get something pretty cheap off of like AliExpress or Temu or whatever. Yeah, you can get something super cheap, like for like 20, 30 bucks, just like a single light. Like something like this guy, this kind of one. These guys are my favorite at the moment because they like don't have fans in them or anything. They're pretty versatile, and you can create some like cool effects for like real like animation. Going crazy here. Speaking of animation, I'm learning stuff I don't think I'll use, but it's still great to learn around. Yeah, this is kind of like a what is it? It's like a crash course in like this is like miniature stage production stuff. I didn't go to school for that stuff. I learned about making websites in uni and stuff. Not this stuff. This is stuff I learned by myself. By just kind of like going onto websites from 2002 and looking what like DJs were like setting up, trying to get working. We're like, oh, I gotta get these lights working with my ArtNet connection, something like, what the hell does that mean? I have no idea. But DMX is great because it opens up a bunch of like options for like types of fixtures you can get as well. You can get like fog machines, you can get like things that spin around, you can get like different shapes of stuff, you can get really kind of like small ones and stuff. Actually, like Dafford from like Terraintronics as well, he has a great video if you haven't seen it lately. It was getting some of those like little cabinet lights from, you know, they're just like these little kind of cabinet reading lights, and got like a special kind of like controller board on the back of it. That was kind of creating, like you can create DMX animations for that. So it kind of like opens up the different variety of stuff. I think it's pretty kind of like universal vibe. But if you're like learning, like looking for just like, Seb, I don't care about learning any of this stuff. Anything's fine. Heck, look, you know what? I'll show you guys a little secret, little something secret. You know, I've been working on something. This is a little release that came out on the Patreon. Today, we did a little like I this stuff isn't even available on like the Patreon store, the Atmoseeker store or anything, but it's like one of these little like LED torches. So this one's got like a let's see if I go this one. You can see it. It's got little focusable. So you pull that, it focuses the beam. So heck, we'll go here. So you can see we can get like a wider vision. And then a closer one. And I've been using these as like little pin spots. Now I had a more like expensive version, but this is kind of like one of your $30 ones. And it's got different colors, which is cool. Actually, my camera's starting to lag. I don't know. But what I've done for it is I've got a little mod I've been working on, which is like a little 3D printable mount that you can pop on the front of it. Just kind of pushes on there. So now we've got little holder. Actually, hang on. It's kind of ruining my presentation. I'm gonna reset this camera. It was heating up or something. I got a red dot. I got a red dot on me. What's going on? We back? I think so. Oh, that one's frozen. Hang on. Give me a sec. I'm going to try and see if I can fix that. It was getting freezy. All right. I think it should be back. Let's see. If we go back to this one. How's that? That's much better. All right. So we got this. So you got the push fit little mount we can do on there. And then, you know what? I'm going to turn this off. And then we got like, you know those like colored gels you can get off like Amazon. You can get like whole sheets of them. So I've been cutting little circles that kind of fit the same size of these guys. So like if we had like the white one turned on here, pop in like a blue one there. So that's like a little bit of a lighter blue. So it's not as saturated as the regular blue. And then we've got like these little shapes we've got here. And they're going to create like different types of effects on the light. So you can see now it coming through. Ooh, yeah, let's get a bit more fog going, I reckon. So you got a bit more of a dappled effect kind of happening there. So rather than just like the straight light kind of coming through. So that one's a bit of a subtle one. All right. So you also have like particular like this like line one. I'm still kind of coming up with designs for the types of shapes and stuff. If we switch to, like if I take that colored one out, there we go. You can see that streak a bit better. You can change the colors. Get some cool effects, especially for like photography. It's quite good. But I've been thinking about for like spell effects and that kind of thing. Like if we had like that line of like, oh, he's got like that acid vomit kind of thing. We can see where he's gonna spray that vomit, do its damage, or if we wanted to change that out. We've got like a ring-shaped one. We can see like, oh, we're gonna have like a what do you call it? Fireball here. it's gonna hit all of these guys. Yeah, so that's a cool little toy. We've been kind of, here we go. There's a cool little toy we've been working on behind the scenes. So if you're a Patreon, there is a link in, I think I posted it in the Discord. There's like an early access kind of thing. If you want to see what it is. Super easy to print, all supportless and stuff. But cool little toys like that, little tasty things like that. You know what? I did 3D print a little triple dot one. I thought I could get like the predator effect. I don't know where I put it now. Oh, it's around here somewhere. Oh, it's here. Didn't quite work as much as well as I did. We could try it. There we go. I got the triple dot here. See, oh, it's all right. That is kind of cool from like that perspective. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's got me. But it's not like laser. Not as laser sharp as like a laser pointer. Maybe if I focus the beam a bit. There we go. Now we got it. I'm dead. Dead. Ah. Yeah, that's a little fun one. Thanks, man. Thanks, Victor. Speaking of frozen camera, is there any good way to flush the cameras in OBS with a Stream Deck while they're frozen? There might be. That actually sounds like a good thing to do. I would guess there's like a deactivate, activate kind of thing. I don't know how to do that. Not yet. I'd have to look into it. But you probably could. I like the sound of that though. Honestly, that sounds like something I should do for the future. Let's see. In regards to the overlays, do you use Kinematic or do you have any other creators you recommend? I'd love if anyone's got any more kind of like creators of like video backgrounds and stuff that folks use and stuff. Feel free to like drop a comment or something. I'd love to hear about more creators who do this kind of thing. I believe there are more. There are some. I know there's a lot of folks that do like the animated tabletop maps and stuff. So this stuff could work for like tabletop maps as well. If you wanted to overlay stuff onto those kind of like video files, there's like animated battle mats or something. But other than that, yeah, I'd love to hear about more kind of creators who create like more video backgrounds and that kind of thing. But the overlays are good because I quite like that you can put whatever image you want on the background of it, and creates. Let's have a look at a couple more. I reckon there were some really good ones, some really fun ones. Even if you're not fully staged, even that light beam and circle for AoE inline spell is a great idea. If you can eyeball rough distance, yeah. I was thinking of the rough distances on the grid. I was thinking adding a little bit on it, so it would be, which would be kind of like your, what are you talking about? Like a 5-inch marker or something. But I think it might be like, how do you kind of like work out the area of effect? Maybe you might need still a ruler in the end, but it's a cool way to kind of like show it off. Like, it's gonna get all of you there. There you go. You're all dead. I want to do one that has like a little bit of a flame kind of curls on the outside, so we could do like a little flame one. James RPG does video backdrops for official adventures. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna note that down. James RPG. I don't even know where I can write that down. Put it on my phone. I'll put it in. There we go. James RPG. I like it. But yeah, love to hear more. Cause yeah, I love using this stuff. Especially, you know what? There's one like feature about all this stuff, the video backgrounds. Like I know not everyone uses it. It's like this type of setup as well. This is probably great for like live stream games, remote players. If I had like more of a bit of distance, I guess if you kind of like sat around the table as well, like if you had one side of the table that had like the projector on it as well, could work that way. I mean, I guess I've also got like this portable monitor that you were kind of staring down here. And this is like a little 15-inch monitor. I've used one of these at a game before for... Hang on. Let's get back. For Shadow Dark, I had like a foresty type thing, and I put that in front of the Dungeon Master screen. So it was like a bit of a backdrop to like anywhere you can like pop screens in and stuff. Yeah, so it's versatile. I guess there's different ways you could use it. As long as it's kind of like hooked into the same machine that have all these like sources of like video sources, you can select those in OBS, which is pretty cool. You need a notepad. just pen and paper. That would be good. It's around here somewhere. I've got one. He's in for Curse of Strahd campaign. They come static images and videos have sound and music built in. Yeah, I like stuff like that. Especially it has like stuff built in that kind of simplifies it for some folks. I'm scheming now to find 3D models for a DM screen that can slot a screen in it like that. If you have any ideas, please swing them my way. I mean, I was starting to toy with the idea of something like that. I've seen some folks make like a screen that has like, but it's like a whole bunch of like woodworking type deal. I can't remember the video. I have seen it. It's probably linked in the Discord somewhere. Yeah, some kind of like mount frame kind of thing. It would be cool to like have like this kind of monitor, and you just have like a, what do you call it, like a edge kind of thing. You'd need room for like the cable and stuff. That's a cool project. I was thinking, maybe I should look into that. That might be cool to do. Anyway, let's have a look. I'll change up this background a bit. Let's change up the image. I'm gonna go more. Let's change this. Yeah, let's get rid of that guy. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change something else. What else have we got? I'm gonna go back to my images here. That's good to do. I like this. It's the thing with using it for like miniatures and stuff. I like it when it's more like consistent elements. Here we've got like a large tree in the foreground, like that tree is going to be giant. Whereas this one, where it's a little bit more kind of consistent in size. So we drag that guy in. Oh, it's a nice big resolution on those guys. Yeah, see if we switch to that one. Yeah, see, that's good. What was I going to say? I think I was going to say, like, it's cool, like, having a background image, especially if you're not as confident with like lighting color decisions. Background images, especially even if it's like temporary, to kind of like put it next to your terrain. It's like, I don't know how to kind of get the colored lighting for this going. Like putting these images behind it can help kind of guide a lot of the kind of lighting color decisions that you might be able to do. Like for instance, we've got like this DMX fixture that is above it. Oh, it's still glitching on me. I don't know what's going on. So we've got the DMX fixture there. So we're going to control that guy. I'm going to have to turn off this light. I see even that's, you can see that we've got more of these neutral tones. We can see it's a bit of green coming through. So I'm going to go through, I'm actually going to adjust that light a bit. So I got the sliders here. See, I'm just gonna like look over at the terrain and see if it's a bit of white, a bit of green. And you see, yeah, even just like bringing that up, now it's nice transition from one to the other. So it's even like even if you're not going to use the video backgrounds in the end, it's a good way to kind of get an idea of like color design for particular types of like areas or locations. Yeah, so we can zoom in there, and now it looks like one big thing, which is good. It's like that virtual set extension kind of thing. I like it. I like that one. Hang on. Oh no, I've lost the chat. Mine's building the screen. It can be hard to model a DM screen. Yes, last year Wormwood found a company in China that used their design to make a DM screen that could fit a tablet in it. Oh, that's a cool idea. But I think the hard part would be fitting the holes for ports and stuff. All right, we got folks talking about the screens, the Dungeons and Masters screens. But yeah, we've got those elements now. Now I'm going to go a bit of a different background here. Let's go to this one. I'm going to see if I can add some cool effects to this. There's so many backgrounds from Kinemancer. Like he has packs for different types of overlays. Like the horror one is like one of the more recent ones. What was the medieval city ones? I think the medieval city ones have a lot of larger elements in it, so they might not be as good for like miniatures. Yeah, just by the looks of it, like you've got like big doors and stuff. Interior castle at night. Yeah, that's not going to work in this situation, but it might be good for like live stream type situation. You want to have like background elements in there. Chaos. Cave collapsing. Green energy, electricity. Tornado. Magic tornado. Red. No, there's lots of good ones. I think I'm just going to go... So I could either go ambience. Let's see what we got. So we can put like some fire and stuff. There is, I believe, there is more of a... Let's see, temperate region. Okay, so these are more like natural ones. So if we went... Waiting. Canopy light. So yeah, we could bring in this... I can't even see what that is. Alright, so this one's pretty subtle, but there is like some beams of light coming down from it. And you might not be able to tell. Yeah, we've got like on a monitor, there's little motes of dust moving around. Leaves. Can be a little, yeah. Maybe, can you see that a little bit? I don't know. It's a little bit subtle, that one. I'm going to try a different one. It's kind of cool, like, if you had a particular location in mind, you can add these little elements on top of it to make it feel a bit more, you know, animated. That makes sense. I can't find exactly what I'm looking for. Is this waterfall? Waterfall? Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna go just for like a cool special effects on this thing. I think. Here we go. Chaos. I like the horror ones. The horror ones are my favorite so far, just because you've got like cool little almost what are you talking about? Like supernatural elements, like this one here. So this one's gonna be like bubbling fog, I think. Ooh, that's good. Oh, you don't even have to have a fog machine. It's just part of it. Yeah, see? Pop it in there. That's a cool one. I wonder if we like grab our little fog machine now. I'm just gonna like add to it. Turn that on. Yeah, really, you gotta hook up a fog setup to this. Maybe next time. Let's get the fog going. Just a little bit. Seamless now. Almost. Yeah, it's a little greener here. Try something else. What else have we got? Let's see. I want to see something cool. We've got crawling bugs, cockroaches. Ooh. A dimensional crack. That sounds pretty good. Dimensional crack. Blue. Let's see what that is. Oh, so it's just like a rift. That was actually quite good. You can like move it around and stuff, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna bring this guy over. It's kind of, yeah, see, cool little elements like that to kind of like play around with. What else we got? Darkness, ghost woman, ghost glitch, ghost abstract, pumpkins. Man, yeah, there's loads of stuff here. Invocation. I'm not going to do the invocation again. That was monster mouth green. Let's see what we've got. Oh, that's kind of cool. Doesn't quite work in this situation, but I don't mind it though. It's almost like you're in a monster mouth. Yeah, it's cool, you know? It kind of opens a world of ideas, especially if you start seeing these elements, you know, build on top of each other. We've got some ghosts. Graveyard. I don't know what graveyard is. I'm kind of scared of the graveyard ones. What's this? Oh, so this is just like tombstones. I don't know. One more. I want the darkness. Nightmare. Nightmare looks good. Nightmare Plus. Oh, we're gonna go Nightmare Plus. Oh, that's good. It's almost like a wispy, shadowy, lightning-y thing around it. That's kind of cool. Especially we get our little focus torch here. Get something going. I don't know. I'm gonna get like the little filters here. There we go. Yeah. Work on it. I need more of those filtery things, I think. You can get something quite moody, quite atmospheric. And that's what we do. That's what we do here. We dabble in atmosphere on the old YouTube channel. And if you want to see more of that tabletop gaming atmosphere for your photography live streams, or just for your gosh darn playing with your friends, that kind of thing, you want to wow them in the next game or something, this is a place to be. If you want to join the Discord, there's a link in the description for Patreons and stuff. But thanks, folks, who joined in tonight's live streams. If you have any questions or anything I've completely gone past, or anything you want to see in future videos or explanations with some of the stuff I was doing with some of the video background stuff here, leave a comment in the chat, in the description, in the video and stuff. And I will see you. I will see you next week on Monday for a live stream. We have been doing a few little sneaky America streams every now and then. So subscribe and hit the bell icon if you don't want to hear. You might get those feelers out, and it might happen later in the week. Well, you never know. Yeah, we'll take it easy. So take it easy, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Take care of yourselves.